talk that Sony news since we're on the topic of Sony, man. We got some PlayStation 6 news. Sony patent hints at a possible cooling change for the PlayStation 6. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Rumors claim that the PS6 will be, in fact, cooler than the PS5. You see what I did there? Sony has reportedly just patented a new sealed liquid cooling system that will likely replace liquid metal in the upcoming PlayStation 6. The new cooling system is designed to reduce the risk of leaks, improve thermal efficiency for extended gaming sessions, and create stable temperatures that allow the PS6 to be placed in both vertical and horizontal orientations without issues. The patent describes a sealed liquid vaporization system that regulates the circulation of the liquid that would heat the pipes. These pipes will have tapered and extended sections that are designed to ensure the console can safely be placed in either orientation without the risk of overheating or creating liquid metal issues. Translation: this patent is supposed to basically stop that issue that the PS5 has, because for those unaware, you should not stand up your PS5 vertically, or you're running the risk of the liquid metal dripping into the system and blowing up your fucking PS5. So according to this article, this new patent is supposed to solve that issue. I'd argue a console that costs $950 shouldn't have that issue in the first place, but y'all not ready for that conversation. You love Sony. You're not ready for that conversation. Sony's your daddy. But it's good to hear that at least they're trying to keep this in consideration and they're at least trying to work on it. And it's going to cost you $1,000 probably. Early PS5 models had issues when placed in the vertical position for the long periods of time, resulting in uneven buildup of liquid metal and less contact between the heatsink and the chip. And Sony implemented hardware revisions in the PS5 Pro and the PlayStation Slim, but the new sealed liquid system should solve this problem once and for all. As reported by Spazio Games, the patent details the new cooling system structure, which utilizes heat pipes to create a uniform distribution of the liquid and effective cooling regardless of what orientation you choose to place the console in. Translation: with this new liquid cooling system for the PlayStation 6, Sony thought that gamers will consider placing it vertical or horizontal. It blows my mind that they produced a $500 console and they didn't think once that people wanted to stand it up. Mind you, the thing originally came with a stand. Them niggas, when people's PS5 started blowing up, them niggas Sony said, spin that shit. Yo, shout out to Romy with the $10 super chat.
PS5 repaired cause of this 2 weeks ago.
See?
Face emoji.
Literally just got his PS5 repaired 2 weeks ago, cousin. Shout out to Romy with the super chat. We appreciate you testifying. See? His shit blew up because of this exact issue. But I think it's funny that a $500 console, they didn't stop to, and that came with a stand, they didn't stop to think that people would actually vertically stand on that shit, bro. Vertically stand it. They said, damn, y'all niggas really wanted y'all shit to stand vertically? We just gave y'all that plastic because, like, we thought y'all threw that shit away. Shout out to Hio with the super chat. Appreciate you. To combat the effects of gravity, these pipes will be fitted with extensions that will lower the fluid level when the console changes orientation, allowing vaporization's process to continue dissipating the heat. The PS6 is still largely a mystery, but there's a small breadcrumb trail of clue gamers that have been following. As far as the release date goes, Ramageddon has caused some concern as to when Sony would choose to release the PS6, with some reports suggesting that we won't get our hands on the PS6 until 2028, maybe even 29. The other pressing question is the price point. What will it be at? With the Steam Machine hitting the market with over $1,000 and the Switch 2 and Xbox Series X and PS5 all receiving price hikes recently, it's likely that the PS6 will be priced somewhere between $800 and $1,000. And I'm gonna go ahead and say, I think it's gonna be past $1,000.
Just cause we ain't broke over here. And I support true gaming journalism, non-biased.
Shout out to Romy Rome with the big $20 super chat. He said, no broke boys over here. I do as well. Yeah, because the reason I think it's going to be more than $1,000 is I have no doubt in my mind the PlayStation 6 is going to be more powerful than the Steam Machine. And the Steam Machine is already underpowered and it's sitting at $1,300, $1,400 and it don't got no goddamn controller. So, like, yeah, I think it's going to be at least $1,200. It's just, if the world stays the way that it does, if the world somehow heals, you know, maybe the price will come down. But right now, I got to look at it from the standpoint of where we are right now. If the world doesn't heal, I don't see it. What about a pro version? The pro version doesn't come until years later. They usually don't release pro versions until like 4 or 5 years into the lifespan. The pro version is a mid upgrade to like the mid lifespan of a console. So nah, because keep in mind, guys, the PlayStation 5 came out in 2020. So the PlayStation Pro recently coming out makes sense. It's a mid-cycle refresh. It is what it is. The question is, will them including a feature that should have been in the console in the first place? Is this gonna make you want to buy it despite there being no physical disc? Let me know. Shout out to Jiggy Samurai with the sub, appreciate it. He said keep the chat high IQ. PS6 about to be $2,000 in Brazil. Oh my lord. Fuck Sony. I feel that. I just feel like if a person is willing to spend $1,000 on a PS6 and already owns a 5 and a PC, they're better off upgrading their PC. Yeah, I mean, if you already got the PC, most likely you're probably going to be in that mindset of upgrading your PC. You're not going to be too worried about that. But at bare minimum, I will say it's good that they're at least thinking about this, because this was a serious issue with the PS5 that I argue shouldn't have been an issue in the first place. And I also go as far as to say I think that like every person who's had this issue, they should have fixed it for fucking free and gave you like a voucher, like a $25 voucher for a game or some shit, bro. Because this shouldn't have been an issue for a fucking $500 console in the first place. Overheating bullshit. I mean, that's what Xbox did with the Red Ring of Death. But yeah, that's your positive Sony news. I don't know if this is enough to stop the people who are, I mean, the people who are going to get it are going to get it, but the people who are boycotting, I don't know if this news is enough, this rumor is enough to get people back on the PlayStation 6 side. But I did give you some positive news. I want to start off with something positive. Moving on to the negative. Former Sony veteran on digital versus disc gaming and PlayStation stars failure. The notion of digital gaming is one that's been blowing up in recent weeks, but not entirely for good reasons. It's become a massive point of contention across the wider industry, thanks to Sony's revelation that it will cease to produce discs for the new PlayStation games released after January 2028. Taking advantage of the discussion, I grabbed some time from Gordon Thornton, a former Sony Interactive Entertainment veteran with almost 18 years at the company before departing in 2022. He was the senior vice president in control of PlayStation's global to direct consumer business, scaling the PlayStation Store from nothing to a multi-billion-dollar beast of digital games. Him there being there 18 years, that means he was part of the reason why Lizard Squad was fucking you niggas up. At least he generated billions of dollars, right? Fuck cybersecurity. I asked him for his take on the digital gaming space before going any further. Oh, wait, I don't want to read that shit. The real value of both players and developers. From 2005 to 2022, Gordon Thornton was climbing the presidency ladder at Sony. He was pivotal in launching PlayStation's first digital platforms, cranking the value out of digital sales, leaning heavily into the concept of data-driven transformation, and ultimately scaling the PlayStation Store to where it is today. Put simply, Thornton was directly responsible for the PlayStation Store and PlayStation digital verticals racking up $14 billion a year in global revenue. Now, before I read any further, get them likes up. Facts on YouTube, get them likes up. Before I read any further, I'm going to go ahead and take a wild guess and say this former Sony executive who's responsible for the PlayStation Store and the way it is going to have a bias towards digital games because he's the one that grew the digital platform in the first place. He's the one that had the foresight to see how much control and money Sony could make if they had a monopoly on their audience. Just some food for thought. Let's keep it going. Shout out to Taco Shark, meaning he was way ahead of the game. I felt that he was one of the safest and most knowledgeable souls in the world to ask about digital gaming, but I had a specific line I wanted to probe first. In recent news, someone managed to get pre-orders of GTA 6's Ultimate Edition using only Microsoft reward points after having grinded the system for months to rack up the credits. I asked how valuable an ecosystem like this is, given that Sony's preparing to entirely sunset the PlayStation Star's loyalty system. I forgot PlayStation had something like that where you could earn points and then eventually cash it out on some Chuck E. Cheese shit. Nah, I wasn't at DreamCon. The Microsoft Rewards story demonstrates the power of a well-executed loyalty program built on a two-way value exchange where both Microsoft and the player are winners. In my opinion, PlayStation Stars failed because it did not properly align player behaviors with the right incentives, leading to its closure. Translation, the prizes weren't good enough to get people motivated to utilize the platform. Thornton is now and I would agree, because I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even know PlayStation had this thing. I knew Xbox had one. I didn't know PlayStation had this shit. It was ass. Yeah, they was probably giving away fucking 25 cents in VC and some shit from Ronnie 2K or some shit. Something nobody wanted. Thornton is now the chief commercial officer at ZBD, a payment pipeline provider for the gaming space. He used a success story from the company to paint a picture of how things should be in the loyalty space. I think the real value for both players and developers comes from aligning players' rewards directly with in-game mechanics and objectives. Did I read that correctly? I think the real value for... Shout out to Ariel Smoke with the super chat. She said, I don't know if you're a guy or girl, my bad. Rest in piss Lindsay and buffering McConnell. Their words, not mine. Hey, listen, that nigga Lindsay dead as hell. I think Mitch McConnell dead as hell too. They trying to act like he not. They say death comes in threes. Who gonna be the third? Who gonna be the third? I'm a guy. My bad. It's hard to tell from the name Ariel. I mean, Little Mermaid and shit. You never want to assume online. Anyways, what did I say? I think the real value of both players and developers comes from aligning player rewards directly with in-game mechanics and objectives. Is this nigga advocating for pay-to-win mechanics? Am I reading that correctly? When developers successfully connect those elements, it significantly boosts a title's lifetime value and average revenue per user. For example, when ZBD helped Tap Nation implement this strategy, the game experienced a 42% increase in retention over 2 weeks and a 44.4% bump in average revenue per daily active user. The inherent issue comes from a replication trend, Thornton says. The problem is that most loyalty systems simply copy a formula employed by others across the industry, and there's no evolution at play. Microsoft does it at will, as Thornton equipped, but this is still not transformative. Shout out to Gaming is Dead with the super chat. I found the main hub on Plague's Innocent not using Hugo as fresh air. True. You know, you like what you like. The next step in player incentives requires elevating the relationship between users and game to gain a financial level, embedding real money rewards directly into core gameplay loops. Introducing instant rewards like real money payouts for content creators transforms the audience into vested participants with shared objectives, deepening their connection to the game. I don't like the way this is worded. I almost liked it because this right here, it sounds like they want to reward people with cash or like in-game rewards for just playing the game. But like, why in this verbiage does he specifically call out content creators and he doesn't call out y'all? Just like the everyday person who plays games. Introducing instant rewards like real money payouts for content creators transforms the audience into vested participants. That says to me that like it feels like he's saying these corporations are not manipulating content creators well enough. We could put them in better positions to manipulate their audience to spend more money. Like, basically, I feel like what I'm getting, and I could be wrong, the way I'm interpreting this is he doesn't think it's the pack openings are enough. You know the way niggas do pack openings? That's not enough. We need to find another way to get content creators on board to oversell our product so that you will spend more money, so that it feels like a community, because that's what the whole shared objective thing comes into. Like they want this to be like prize picks for gamers. Yeah, and if that's the case, that's fucking disgusting. But it's never that deep, right? It's never that deep for some people. Basically paid propaganda to use the audience for content creators. It's no big secret that digital first storefronts benefit from loyalty schemes, but they have to be handled correctly. It's about rewarding users for their time spent playing the games they buy, and instead of relying on a simple flat rate discount system, something more personal is the best step forward. Next up, I wanted to pick Thornton's brain about the cost of digital gamings and the news that Sony is pushing more players into the digital space by scrapping discs for new games. Thornton assured me that the PlayStation Store is a great place and ready to evolve as a digital first becomes the de facto standard in the gaming space. He came armed with numbers for the discussion. The PlayStation Store already commands a significant 80 to 85% market share. Physical retail now primarily competes during the initial launch window, especially as dedicated gaming storefronts are replaced by supermarkets and general electronic retailers. Consequently, the PlayStation Store entirely dominates the catalog market. Yeah, but what you're not taking into consideration is half these games don't even get physical releases anymore. That's something we discussed. But when they do get them, they outpace. I feel like this is propaganda. They outpace the digital sales. Many have voiced their concerns about PlayStation push for the digital exclusive gaming, and within 18 months, no new PlayStation game will be available to buy on disc. That is, unless the global petitions with hundreds of thousands of signatures changes everything. One of the leading issues stoking the fire in this debate is around Sony's monopoly on gaming that will arguably grow with the digital ramp-up and the notion that the PlayStation Store overcharges gamers. That latter point has caused lawsuits to surface, some of which have been successful. Thornton answered this by saying, regarding allegations of monopolization and the price manipulation, PlayStation operates on a buy-sell model where the publisher acts as the supplier because the recommended retail price is set directly by the publisher. Sony does not control those pricing structures, which counters claims of unilateral price structure fixing. So he's saying it's up to the developer to set the price. They just put it on the store. And even if that's true, it's still bullshit because you guys are the only store on the fucking market. Like we're supposed to take your word for that. He said cap. I call cap on that shit. I gotta call cap on that. I don't know. It is a monopoly. It's the only store that they can go through. And everybody just wants to charge $70. If that's the case, why are so many other games coming out now? $50, $40. It seems like to me, developers are more open than ever to having dynamic pricing where they feel like if their game should be $50, that's what they charge. So why on PlayStation is everything $70? I don't believe that shit, bro. That's not happening on PC. I asked Thornton what he thought about the resilience of the anti-digital crowd staring Sony in the face and threatening to boycott the entire ecosystem in defense of their discs. I'm of the standpoint that the all-in-digital future is inevitable, and it sounds like Thornton agreed with me. The reluctance to adopt digital gaming and the relevance of physical resales have naturally diminished. In major markets like Western Europe and the US, traditional sofa gaming has moved online with players connecting from their homes. But what does that have to do with single-player games, bruh? Damn, he went on defense immediately, like he still works for Sony. Furthermore, frequent digital sales and promotions have resulted in consumers waiting for the right digital price drop and purchasing a game for themselves. Yeah, but that's happening on Steam, not the PlayStation Store. PlayStation and Xbox get sales, but y'all niggas don't get sales like the PC. Y'all get y'all little 10% off. Niggas get excited for 20%. Y'all don't get sales like that. All this makes digital appealing to players more so than general appeal physical provides like disc sharing. We wrapped up with a brief chat about the cost of digital versus physical gaming because, again, shout out to Flex a lot with the sub. He said, TBH, why you always talk about that capitalism shit? All this makes digital appealing to play. We wrapped up this brief chat about the cost of digital versus physical gaming because, again, that has spread like wildfire in the last few weeks. Many feel that digital gaming must be cheaper as there's no distribution or manufacturing cost to consider, but that rarely seems to be the case. What do you mean rarely seems to be the case? That is a undeniable fact. If you release your game digitally, you do not need a disc. You do not need to write anything on the disc. You don't need a box. You don't need box art. And you damn for sure don't need a manual because we haven't had manuals in 15 years. So like, what the fuck does that even mean? Also, you also don't need logistics. You don't need trucks to move these games across the country, across the water. You don't need boats. Like, what the fuck is he talking about? Publishers have never desired to run channel-centric pricing. In the US, pricing is harmonized, and this helps set the global pricing via foreign exchange and market pricing. The gaming industry is not incentivized to work on a cost-plus model where the game's price is based on its production costs. Then why is GTA 6 $100? Yeah, they just saying shit. Harmonized, just saying shit, using words. Because that's literally what they did with GTA 6. This is one of the most expensive games ever. Now, nobody from GTA 6, like nobody from Take-Two Interactive said, hey, our game costs billions of dollars, so that means we have to charge $100. To be fair, they did not directly say that, but they definitely imply it. They know what they're doing. It's fucking manipulation. They constantly drill in your head, this game is one of the most expensive games ever made, so we're gonna need your help, guys. We're gonna really need your money. When I keep trying to remind people that, yeah, they're gaslighting. That is their choice. If you know you can't afford it, why the fuck did you spend that much money? It would prefer to maximize revenue however possible, such as embedding sustainable value loops directly within a game to strengthen its user lifetime value and average revenue per user. Sustainable value loops, aka shark cards. Oh, brother. This extra revenue can be used to help cover the increasing cost of game development, instead allowing the price of a game to remain fixed regardless of whether it's physical or digital. Game development is becoming more expensive because you guys all want to make live service games. If you make a live service game, that means you have to maintain the servers and constantly drop content. If y'all stop making live service games, that'll cut half your fucking costs right there. But you don't want to because you love them shark cards. I gotta call bullshit. This is all corporate speak, bruh. And you know the unfortunate thing is like the way that I read this and the way that I like interpreted this. Yeah, this is a propaganda piece. I feel like there are people that are gonna read it and be like, "Oh, that makes sense. That's right, Sony. They okay. Now that I think about it, yeah, they had to harmonize the market." My nigga, what is that? What the fuck? You're just saying shit. You gotta harmonize the market? What the fuck are we talking about, dog? This is bullshit. This is propaganda, man. Yeah, Sony would never betray me. They just had to harmonize the market to bring down the data-driven bullshit. Yeah, a bunch of buzzwords, man. It's becoming super corporate. This nigga look greedy. We had to, oh, the market. All right, buddy. You hear that shit, man? This evil company, evil fucking company. I'm gonna use that one from now on. Somebody harmonize the chat. These people probably have to wear helmets when they step out the house.
So it seems that
in other news, so I gave you some positive PlayStation news. I just gave you some negative. Now I'm gonna give you some more positive PlayStation news. The thing about this PlayStation news is, though, is positive for you and me and people who are not corporate cocksuckers. For the corporation and the corporate cocksuckers, you might not like this news, but I'm gonna go ahead and let this one rock. This came across my For You page.
So it seems that PS5 emulation is gonna actually happen because currently there are 4 PS5 emulators in development and they're making extremely fast progress. A PS5 emulator called Sharp EMU has booted Demon's Souls onto, like, you know, the boot screen. Now, while this is just the boot screen of the game, it's crazy because this is something that we thought that wouldn't happen for like years. And they've also tested other games such as Poppy Playtime Chapter 1, Silent Hill, and a game called Dreaming Sarah. I don't know what this is, but it is a PS5 game, and it is actually being played in the emulator. Top of this, there's this other emulator called, maybe Kite PS5 emulator. The developer of this emulator has gotten GTA 5 to boot up on the emulator. But as I said, it's not like in-game, it's just like the boot screen, which is better than nothing. I mean, PS5 emulation is gonna be here pretty soon. This is insane progress.
What the fuck? I'm fucking muted. My bad. My bad. I was saying PS5 emulation is officially in beta. Insane. They got the boot screen working. That means give it a couple years. Before we might see before the end of the PlayStation lifespan, if there were some games you could not afford, you might be able to preserve it. Oh shit. And my thing is like with this, let's say PlayStation 5 emulation comes out next year, would that make you switch to PC? Like, you know what? Like maybe I should just get on out of it. Just wait till we get our hands on this. And the best part is in the video, he said there are 5 different companies or like hacker groups working on an emulator. So there are 5 different emulators. And somebody's gonna crack the code, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody gonna crack the code and it be I switched because of the PS2 emulation. Like, and I want people to understand this is not normal. Like, usually with emulation, from what I've seen, usually with emulation, the way it works is like halfway through the lifespan of like a new generation, you'll get the old one. We are still in the current one and they're already cracking it. Ladies and gentlemen, that shit is great. Yeah, it's like years after the next console comes, so you're always forced to play the old games. But we could be living in a world where like people are figuring it out faster, and we could be playing the current games, and like that shit's gonna be fucking funny because seeing how Nintendo reacted to like some of the because Switch games you could allegedly play them when they were coming out, and that was fucking Nintendo up. I would love to see how Sony reacts to this shit. Bro, it took 10 years for the 360 and the PS3. Yeah, it shows you how fast technology can progress, and I'm here for it. So I'm rooting for you guys out there that are working on those emulators. Just do me a favor, don't show too much. Make sure you got it working, and then just throw the code online. Just guys, just put your head down and one day just drop a nuke. You don't want people sending out cease and desist and shit like that. They've been finding exploits for the PS5 for the last 2 years. Yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time. It's a good time. Shadow dropped that shit. Other Sony news. Analysts say Sony going all in on digital is like the death of the PC disc drives. Not a single person is complaining about it today. I don't know if I agree with that. In case you haven't heard, Sony recently announced they're going to stop producing physical games 2028. But Daniel Ahmad, a video game market analyst and director of research and insights at Nico Partners, argued on Twitter that we've all done this song and dance before. It's like Apple removing the CD drive from its laptop starting in 2008. There were definitely a high number of complaints at the time, but not a single person is complaining about it today. You couldn't find many people complaining in the early 2010s either. I'd also argue that's because people didn't really fight back. They gave up easy. This could be like the breaking point. He does add one caveat to this comparison, saying this time a new laptop will cost $5,000. My old one with a disk drive works just fine. Ahmad argued that this was an inevitable outcome for Sony. If not PS6, then PS7. Digital sales of full games have come to make up the overwhelming majority of the sales for both PlayStation and Xbox. Therefore, the truth is that the console ecosystem is nearly entirely digital at this point. He also points out that this isn't just market-driven change, but a platform led by push by Sony to squeeze out more money per user. So at least he acknowledges this has nothing to do about pushing technology. It's just about money. Something the company leadership has said is a major priority moving forward. Sony makes more on a digital game sale on the console's bespoke marketplace than actual disc. This analyst has to be a Sony operative. They all are, bruh. They all want jobs at fucking Sony, bruh. Like, what do y'all gain from taking... That's my thing, right? If you know you're an analyst and you know your word is powerful enough to be picked up by mainstream media, why do you publish arguments in favor of the corporation? Is your job not to shut the fuck up and analyze the data? You just supposed to be analyzing the data. We don't want to hear your opinion on this shit, bro. Just publish the data and let us come to our own conclusion, bro. Because it sounded to me like you working with the corporation, bro. Yeah, they want kickbacks. They want fucking do your fucking job and be quiet. Yeah, why not use your voice to speak? Because my thing is, like, regardless of what the data says, do you think this is good for the consumer is the only point. I understand even though we've already debunked that data is skewed, but let's act like it is accurate. Do you think this is good for the consumer? Constantly taking everything from us, man. You will pay more and get less. Why does anybody want to pay $70 for something they don't fucking own, bro? Working with the ops, they working with the ops, man. Pokemon Winds and Waves leak teases exciting changes to the battle system. Established Pokemon leakers are stoking the fires right now with the claims that battles in Wind and Waves won't unfold the way fans expect. The games, they claim, are still turn-based, but with a dynamic twist. Rather than being locked into a one-on-one doubles fight, leakers suggest that I feel like I should play some Pokemon battle. Hold on. Let me see. Niggas don't care about integrity. Pokemon. What the fuck? Battle music. Let's go. Dun, 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 dun. Let's go. Big Pokemon update. Okay. They said that it will still be turn-based, but with a dynamic twist. Rather than being locked into a one-on-one or doubles fight, the leaker suggests that the opposing team can change as you play. The leaker writes, instead, any amount of opposing Pokemon can join and exit the battle at any time, like Pokemon Z. Pokemon Z allows players to roam and fight enemies in the other world rather than taking turns. Players of the Actions RPG can move, attack, and defend in real time, much like Pokemon Go. Monsters can also be caught without being pulled into turn-based combat. The gameplay experiment made Pokemon feel like a breath of fresh air. The prospect of going to straightforward turn-based then will be disappointing to some fans. If Central's correct, this Wind and Waves might be a middle ground between the two battle systems. Skirmishes will alternate between combatants, but the threat can theoretically change at any time. Imagine being in a battle that's coming down to the wire. Monsters are almost dead. You're one turn away from ending the nightmare, and then a roaming Pokemon joins the fray! Or perhaps you're in a nail-biting fight with someone when suddenly your rival jumps into the battle as well! A couple of months before the recent discussion, this leaker described the new battle system as mostly based on Legends Arceus, with free roaming and multiple targets, but also now has an area of effect attacks similar to Pokemon. In that post, the Pokemon leader reminds fans that plans can change throughout the course of development. To wit, early Pokemon leaks teased a game with MMO social features and a third-person action battles. The end product did not incorporate any of that because Nintendo's fucking lazy. And I'm not reading the rest of that, because we got the gist of it. So to all my Pokemon guys and girls out there, all my trainers that are trying to catch them all, spending $300 at fucking GameStop, because they're ripping people off. Perfect segue. I don't know if you guys seen this. By the way, I don't even need to read this article. This is a fucking fact. This past weekend, I was in the mall, and I said, you know what? This is gonna turn into a rant. I was in the mall. I said, you know what? We walking past the GameStop. I said, let me see what's going on at GameStop. Walked in, that shit stink. PU. Walk in there, trinkets everywhere, keychains, fucking toys, little collectibles, Beyblades and shit. So what the fuck does Beyblades have to do with, and I like Beyblades, but what the fuck does that have to do with the gaming store? They had a whole wall of Xbox One games. I couldn't believe this shit. I said, nigga, if you don't get this shit out my face. So I tread my way to the back of the store, right? The back, they had cards everywhere. They had Yu-Gi-Oh! They had Magic. And of course, they had Pokemon. But the thing is, the Pokemon cards were in a separate case from everything else. Because right now, Pokemon's like the hottest thing. Magic is probably number 2. And in that glass case, it was behind the main one. They had shit in there for like $300, $400. I put it in the group chat. I said, chat, is this, because I considered it. I know Pokemon cards are worth a lot of money. I put it in the group chat. I said, is this worth picking up? Siggy and Steve both said this shit is scalper prices. So when I seen this fucking article that they're marking up shit 300%, I wasn't shocked because I seen it firsthand. I didn't know. I haven't looked at Pokemon card prices since the early 2000s when I was a kid. I did not know. I knew specific cards cost a lot of money, but you niggas is paying a bunch of money for booster packs too? Hoping you get a shiny first edition? Nasty work. This is why everybody hates you. Another reason I hope your company fucking collapse. And it stinks. But back to Pokemon fucking waves and wind. Y'all think any Pokemon gonna actually have any waves in this shit? They gonna have a durag? A Pikachu with a durag? What y'all think? Let me know. Jokes aside, y'all like the new features? I like some bit. The fuck they got? That's real. What the fuck it got to do with gaming, bro? I don't understand. Every time I go in GameStop, I regret it. Don't worry, y'all. I didn't buy nothing. Them niggas didn't get none of my money. I didn't buy nothing. Too rich for my blood, man. I was like, ah, man, I would love to get in collecting, but y'all priced me out. I just can't justify paying $300 for like 5 booster packs and hope I get one card that hits that's worth $40. Like, that sounds like niggas is hustling backwards. Ain't that crazy? You paying $200-300 for a box of cards. You get 6 booster packs in that bitch, and then you get one card that's worth $50. Nigga, you're hustling backwards. You're just like them niggas that go to fucking Evo and Combo Breaker that play Tekken, you broke bitches. You paid a $500 for your flight, another $1,000 for the hotel to stay 3 days or whatever. Didn't make no money. You didn't even make it out of fucking pools. You made no money. You're broke. Back at your mama house eating tuna. Not even the high quality kind where they test it for mercury. You eating the fucking cheap shit. That's $1 a fucking can. Wondering why you can't breathe, bitch ass nigga. Anyway. What was I about to say? TennoCon. Mind you, I got my 5080 for $2,770 like 3 months ago. I paid $70 for a game since I be trying to tell people you pay more up front for the PC, but you save in the long run. 0-2 in pools is crazy. 0-2. And you know the crazy part is most people who go to fighting tournaments, they drown in the pools and they drown in games don't nobody care about. Like, imagine drowning in a pool don't nobody even watch. You literally died. If you drown in a pool that people are watching, like an example being like Street Fighter, right? Everybody watches Street Fighter, or like Tekken. These are popular games. If you drown in, somebody can come save you. Like, come pick your head up, bro. It's okay. But imagine drowning in a pool like fucking Mortal Kombat or Melty Blood or one of these weird ass anime fighters, bro. There's no lifeguard over there. You just gonna drown, nigga. You gotta go to bed. You just gotta eat that L by yourself. That shit is crazy, man. But anyway, it's just some food for thought. Shout out to all the niggas with the Smash Bros haircut. TennoCon 2026, everything that was announced. Warframe. New characters announced. Tau, Iceblade, and Naren are new types of Warframes. Don't care. I just want to see if there are any new games. I don't care about the Warframes. Did they show more of that Soulframe? Yeah, that's what I want to see. Soulframe, new Fables, a new Dark Pack, and the mounts are on the way. Digital Extreme Soulframe is growing a high fantasy universe. They're still in alpha stage. And the developers have been gradually defining a more engaging and soulful companion to Warframe. At TennoCon, we got to see the latest updates coming to Soulframe, which focuses on the envoys encountering the darkest challenges yet with the arrival of a new threat and a new opportunity to engage with the growing corruption to adopt the first dark powers known as Vespers. Has anybody played this alpha? Just solo in the pool. Firstly, one of the early reveals is that more players will be able to get access to it. The currently early access to the action RPG. Players who sign up for access to Soulframe Preludes on the official site before July 12th will earn access. Too late because it's the 13th, in which I'm streaming this. I'm in the alpha. I'm still learning. I played it. What do y'all think of it? Is there any gameplay of this? Yeah, let me see this shit. 4K. Still turning this to the World Cup? I am.
A splinter in the heart sings in the dream.
You sound like you're ready to give a comedian a run for their money if they tried to front you for the solid delivery. Freaking I mean, my singular superlative in high school. I had my own page in the yearbook, was most funny. I've always been like the funny guy. It has nothing to do with content creation. I didn't start acting like this because of content creation. Like my parents know that I'm fucking like this. The only reason I haven't tried stand-up comedy is because there's no money involved, and I'm being dead ass serious. It's not that well, two things. There's no money involved, and then my heart's not in it, right? And like I love stand-up comedy too much to disrespect the art. Like your heart got to be in that shit, and the reason my heart is not in it is because there's no money to be made in that. Hollywood only allows one comedian at a time, and right now, like in terms of like movies, it's the short nigga, Kevin Hart, and then in terms of the internet, it's Drewski. But you notice Hollywood does not allow more than one or two funny niggas. It's not worth it. Them niggas in the club be going broke telling them jokes. I have no interest in that. These animations are kind of janky.
Bring doom.
Yeah, something about this game just looks off to me. And comedy's like being a musician. There's no real money in it. You gotta have a passion for it. I like making people laugh, but like stand-up comedy, nah. I'm gonna do something I want to 100% do it. I think the only way I would ever try stand-up comedy is if like one of my investments took off. Like I always say, if I became rich, I would never tell y'all because it's none of y'all fucking business. But there will be signs. It's gonna be me riding around like on a fucking Gundam in the background and shit. Like, like TV, what the fuck? This nigga pulled up to the stream in a Gundam. Well, y'all niggas ain't never seen this shit before. There will be signs if there becomes a point where like my investment portfolio takes off and I'm allowed to take an extended time off and I can just go do passion shit, then maybe I would. But like right now, no, nigga got bills. Nigga just riding around stream on a hoverboard. What up, Marshall?
The heart. Rhythms.
Oh, now my brain for more will come.
The music hitting. With the Forza race. Right. It's gonna be me uploading footage to my IG story, me racing a Gundam. What the fuck? This nigga playing Forza in real life. The music's hitting, but I'm not gonna lie. Every time I see this game, I really want to like this game, but it's just something about it. I just can't. And the reason I really want to like it is I do like Warframe. We used to play Warframe back in the day. But I don't know, man. This isn't hitting it. You peep the DreamCon Greco wrestling, straight up scaring everyone there. Nah, can I even click that? Because I've seen some weird shit happening in DreamCon that I wouldn't even show on stream. Can I click that link? I did see a TikTok about a dude saying apparently Uppies is very popular in DreamCon. Basically, if you let your girl go alone, niggas just be lifting girls up and shit like that. I'm like, is that what them niggas? Y'all freaked out at fucking DreamCon, bro. Y'all are freaked out. You said, what the fuck? I'm being so for real. That shit went viral too. And people in the comments were like, yup. I don't get it, man. Yeah, getting their face sat on. I seen that clip, bruh. The Greco wrestling looked fun. Let me see. All right. Let me make sure this shit not crazy. Fucking load. What are y'all doing, man? First of all, is this even allowed in the convention? I'm confused. All right, as a former wrestler, right? You said this is a Greco-Roman wrestling tournament. Why did this nigga shoot for his legs? The first thing he did was shoot for his leg. This is not a Greco tournament. Because Greco is straight upper body. Oh my God. Listen, man. Clout is a hell of a drug. He got dropped on his neck. That legitimately looked like that hurt. First of all, this is irresponsible. If they wanted to do this, they should have got like some mats or something to like cushion the blow, and then like you stay on the mat. But they did this on the fucking hard concrete, and this nigga got dropped on his neck. I'm not gonna lie, he damn near broke his neck trying to drop him on his neck. But the worst part is, you got dropped on your neck in front of the hose. You can't come back, bro. You can't come back to fucking. And I'm not gonna lie, based off of builds, I thought this nigga was about to toss this dude around, bro. But his technique was a little bit better, man. But you got tossed in front of the hose. You can't come back to DreamCon. You got dropped on your neck. Now you're not getting no neck. You're not getting no neck. Y'all want to be, let me tell y'all something, man. As somebody who's a full content creator, some of y'all niggas want to be content creators way too bad. And I mean that in the most disrespectful way. Y'all want to be content creators way too bad. One of the reasons why I'm a full-time content creator, I cannot stress this enough. I never fucking wanted to be one. It is a blessing. I cannot stress it enough. I thank God every day that I don't got to deal with the shit that I used to do when I used to work in regular 9 to 5. But I did not want to do this. And thankfully, that's part of what drives me. What drives me is I just like helping people and making people laugh and shit like that and making dope shit. But when your primary goal is to be popular and just get attention, it leads to stupid shit like this. This is why you don't ever see me in no crazy type of situations. Like, nigga, no, I don't. Every day I get on the internet and say, I thank God you don't ever put me in these situations where, like, I thank God that you didn't instill in me the desire to just be popular for every fucking thing, bro. Because it leads you to stupid shit. Because I guarantee you, both of these dudes, the reason they did this shit is they're like, oh man, because you know that this joint is full of bad bitches dressed up in fucking cosplay. Oh, I'm about to get a big booty bitch with an ass out dressed as my favorite anime chick. I just gotta toss this nigga, and I'm next. I'm the next constant. That this is my moment. I'd argue they both look stupid because he damn near killed himself trying to toss him, bruh. And this shit look like it stink, right? You smell better than them, right? Bro's gonna have a crooked neck. It's just not worth it, man. If you want to be a content creator, focus on doing content and not stupid shit, bro. I know everything is content nowadays, but I feel like we taking that concept way too far. Way too far. Everything is not content. I promise you, y'all can save some of y'all stories. I low-key may have to bring a mat and set up a tournament next year. Yeah, at bare minimum, if y'all want to do this shit at DreamCon, bring a fucking mat, man. Like, this is just unsafe. Because here's the thing, right? Do y'all got lawsuit money? Because, like, real shit, hey, nigga with the, if you ever see this shit, nigga with the braids, bro, you're a civilian. You're not a thug because you're at DreamCon. We know you're not a thug, okay? You got to sue this nigga, bro. This nigga deleted all your aura in front of the hoes. You have to sue this nigga and say, yo, this man tried to kill me, bro. I'm emotionally distraught. And they're gonna be like, why are you emotionally distraught? Because he snapped my neck in front of the hoes, bro. You gotta sue him. It's only what's right. Because to be fair, you can't come back to DreamCon after getting your neck snapped in front of all the hoes. So you might as well get some money out of it, bro. Show up into the courtroom with a neck brace, with a leg brace, with your leg up in a fucking wheelchair, looking like that character from SpongeBob. Y'all know what I'm talking about? What's that nigga name from? The nigga from SpongeBob who had his shit broken up. Oh, Judge, I told him I didn't want to do it. Yo, shout out to Ariel with the sub. Appreciate it. It takes years to recover from that. It takes years. Yeah, neck injury is not something you want to play with. That's what you got to do, man. That's what you got to fucking do. Paper Skin and Glass Bones. Is that what his name was? Let me see. Paper Skin, Glass Bones, SpongeBob. It comes up. Why don't you let me finish? There we go. Yeah, this dude right here. You're gonna show up to DreamCon. I mean, in the courtroom like this, man. Like, your honor. I told him I didn't want to do it. I told him Mark is right there. I told him the rest of the RDC crew is there. I told him all the big content creators are there. And I just wanted to adapt them. I just wanted to adapt them up and become the next big content creator. And this nigga said, wrestle me for clout. I said, no. But the peer pressure got me. And now here I am. My neck doing a whole 180 in the courtroom. That shit crazy, bro. I never thought I'd see a nigga neck do a 180. Do a 180 at a convention, bro. You went to the convention to get necked up and your neck did a 180. That's nasty. Anyways, I know whoever's involved in these videos, if they see these clips, they gonna be mad. Man, dude, they talk about me, bro. It's just jokes. Calm down. And if you do get mad at the jokes, it doesn't matter. You still got slammed on your neck, nigga. So like, like I feel like that's like the ultimate like comeback. Like it's like you still hit. Like you still got slammed on your neck in front of the hose, bro. Like he was doing too much, sir. They was all doing too much, man. Y'all gotta chill out. I know y'all happy being around other black nerds and shit like that and enjoy each other's company, but you don't have to wrestle. And if you do it safely at least. Anyways, other news. But Disney announces big plans for a beloved RPG as its long-awaited sequel looms. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We've got an update on the Sora, and the Heartless, and the King Mickey, and Riku. The long-awaited for more news about one of Disney's most beloved video games franchises is almost here as we deep dive into the history of Kingdom Hearts has been announced for D23 in August of 2026. Considering the huge gap between mainline Kingdom Hearts games, no one was expecting the fourth entry anywhere near Kingdom Hearts 3, which launched in 2019. This would turn out to be sort of true, as Kingdom Hearts 4 was officially announced in 2022, but what followed was several years of silence, at least until 2026, when it was confirmed that it's launching on the Switch 2, although it lacks a release window, and also the power under the hood to actually run this game, because until I see it actually running on the Switch 2, I don't believe it. It seems that fans might finally get their release date for Kingdom Hearts 4, as Disney has officially announced that D23 will hold a dedicated Kingdom Hearts deep dive panel to celebrate the series' 25th anniversary. The Kingdom Hearts panel is set to occur on the Backlot stage on August 15th, 2026. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We're celebrating 25 years of Kingdom Hearts, 25 years of confusing stories. While a deep dive into the history of Kingdom Hearts might be fun for newcomers, the main reason fans are tuning in is to find out when Kingdom Hearts 4 is releasing. Even a 2027 release date window would make everyone excited, considering the utter lack of information about the game so far. The most likely release window for Kingdom Hearts 4 is the second half of 2027, possibly the holiday season. This is because Square Enix, the game's developer, already has two high-profile releases at the start of 2027. Final Fantasy XIV's Evercold expansion in January, and Final Fantasy VII's Revelation in the spring. 2027 is a stacked year for the company, so it makes sense to space the releases. There's also a chance that other Kingdom Hearts projects could be revealed. What? A Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop 3/4 and a second part 2? It's known, or maybe Kingdom Hearts Pi Square? It's known that Disney once worked on a Kingdom Hearts animated series that was shelved. That's not possible. Doing a Kingdom Hearts animated series is not possible, because in order to do like an anime, it has to make sense. One of the reasons why Kingdom Hearts gets away is because you guys enjoy the gameplay. But if you're forced to sit down and just watch the show, nigga. It's also possible that the canceled mobile game, Kingdom Hearts Missing Link, could be revived in some form, especially as it has ties to Kingdom Hearts 4. Whatever the case, it's an exciting time to be a Kingdom Hearts fan, as Square Enix announced the game way too early, though in hand, men have been forced by NVIDIA's GeForce Now leak, revealing its existence early. Fans have been stuck with brief trailers, snippets for years, and they'll take any crumb of knowledge. If Kingdom Hearts 4 gameplay looks fun, I'll play it. I was not a big fan of Kingdom Hearts 3, but I'll tell you this much. Yo, can you stop hitting me? That's rude. It's rude. Are you hungry? You hungry? I know you don't got to pee because I just took you out. You hungry? Give me a second. Give me a second. Stop hitting me though. Down. Bye. That's rude. Have a seat. What was I about to say? But anyways, I'll play Kingdom Hearts 4 if the gameplay looks good. I know I won't understand the story, but here's what we'll do. When they finally reveal Kingdom Hearts 4 completely, if the game looks fun and it looks interesting, maybe the day before Kingdom Hearts 4 comes out, or maybe the day of, we'll watch like a recap video on YouTube, and I'll probably take like two helpings of caffeine, like 2 hits of gamer sups, make sure I got a full stomach, got 8 hours of sleep, because I'm probably gonna need all the brain power possible. I'm probably gonna, what's that pill that they popped in that movie that unlocked 100% of your brain? I'm gonna use one of them pills so that we can try to understand it. I'll watch like some type of recap on YouTube. Yeah, Limitless. I'm gonna pop one of them Limitless pills, and we're gonna pull up a summary on YouTube and try to understand what happened between 1 and 3. And I'm being dead ass serious. I stand on it because I'm not gonna dismiss. I crack my jokes about Kingdom Hearts, but like I'm open to playing it. If the game looks cool, I will watch a summary on YouTube and I'll try my best to understand it. And then we're gonna go straight into 4. We're gonna go straight into 4. You're gonna need a honey pack. Nigga, you just wanna, all right, bro. I should, hey, drop 5 subs in the chat to apologize. That nigga just wanna see some dick. What the fuck? Wrong with y'all, man. YouTube niggas always ruining the fucking mood, bro. Drop a fucking super chat. Y'all niggas, man. I should blow your shit up.
Man, I'm gonna play this off stream, man. We're gonna finish this mission up off stream.
I'll blow your shit up, bro. Dogs will hold their pee until they can't. My dog doesn't need to pee. I literally take my dog out to pee before I start streaming every single time. He does not need to pee. I know you white. White people love to tell niggas how to talk to their dogs and shit like that. That's like, you could always tell who's white in the comment section of a social media video. They be always, you shouldn't do that with your dog. Like, all right, Karen. Like, did you not hear me? I just took him out. Like, they swear they know your dog, right? Like, he's just hungry, most likely. Shouldn't do that. A little cute schnauzer. Yeah, my fur baby. I put mine in a stroller. White people created the world police. I love YouTube chat, but y'all be slow sometimes. They be slow.